There we go. You know, it's always it's always something. You probably haven't been able to hear me this whole time. Excellent. You know, it's those weird little things here. So anyway, appreciate you guys for letting me know. So it's me, Hesher Zero. We're here talking about building a community. We're here talking about content, future content here, gaming, entertainment, etc., etc. Apologies for the bugs. I missed a vital step in apparently getting my audio to work. I could hear it in my own head. I could hear it in my cans here. Struggle bus. Struggling. That's okay. It's the first one. It's the first one. This is to put up a pic of Max Headroom. Yeah, basically. So it's wild. We're crazy. It's Friday. It's the end of the year, and we're gonna hang out. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. We're gonna talk about this pleases me. Yes, apologies again. So we're gonna talk about some content stuff here. Like I said, I want to be, well, you probably didn't hear me when I said it the first time. So we're gonna be doing these fireside chats probably every week. You know, maybe a couple times a week. We're just gonna hang out basically and talk about the goings on in the world, on the internet, with entertainment or gaming or sports or whatever. It's just gonna be a chill time. Everybody's gonna hang out, and you know, maybe we'll pick some topics. We'll do something. You know, basically, I'm starting this, and I'm coming to everybody here and being like, hey, what do you want to see? What do you want to, you know, talk about? What do you want to see from me? What do you want to hear from me? And basically getting, you know, everybody's opinion and building from there, you know, because I'm really wanting to focus on the community aspect of it all, you know, truly getting everyone together, joining the Discord, right? Oop, right there, joining the Discord there, getting everybody in there, you know, and getting stuff, you know, planning out our, you know, topics for the week or whatever we want to talk about and hanging out. And in terms of gameplay, basically, you know, focusing on strategy, base building games. I'm a huge Minecraft nerd, so there's going to be a lot of Minecraft. Anybody's seen, you know, I've posted Minecraft videos and things in the past. Moving forward, you know, doing more of that. Going to be playing a game called RimWorld, which is a lot of fun. Going to be doing some other things. I'm a big Civilization fan. Got Civ 6 on deck here. We're going to be doing some other things, you know, kind of random. My dog is barking in there. So, you know, we're just basically here to, you know, I'm here today to kind of get your feedback and see, like, what do you guys want to see? What do you want to hear? Because I've got some ideas, and basically, you know, we're just gonna run it back, bounce some ideas off each other here. So I like the feedback. So as soon as the delay here will catch up. I don't know how much of a delay chat is from what I'm seeing or what I'm saying, but yeah. And I don't know, looks like we're having some connection issues. Well, that's fun. Of course, you know, I have a excellent speed on the computer here all day or all week, and then as soon as I come in to do this, I'm like, let me check the speed, and it's like barely hitting 15 meg like upload speed. I'm like, okay, cool. I was hitting 30, you know, yesterday and this morning, or, you know, earlier this afternoon. Of course, that's always how it works. So, you know, we're gonna hang out and see what's up. So tell me about your day. What do we got here? I had a fantastic day. It's Friday. It's payday. I gotta pay bills. That's exciting. I'm sure many of you do as well. Check out chat. Check out chat. But yeah, basically, you know, I feel like it's been kind of a long week. I played Ark. There we go. I have watched a lot of gameplay footage. I watched a lot of gameplay footage. I've seen, others play it. I know I've been interested for a few years now, but really the main thing that has kept me from playing it is honestly, it's the download size is humongous. And basically, while I have the space on my on my hard drive, it's a little much. But honestly, I still may bite the bullet and just play it. Hardwired. I don't know what that is. What is that, Ronnie? Hardwired to Self-Destruct, Metallica's last album from 2016. Solid effort. Best thing they put out in 25 years. I know that's not what you were talking about. Beebs, thanks for the congrats. Good to see you. Thank you. I'm definitely interested in picking up some more some different games. Like I said, I'm a big fan of base building games and resource management, city building, empire building, those kind of things. Like I said, Civilization, Age of Empires, things like that. And getting into those, I've got a couple other ones here. I've got a ton in my wish list. I'm sitting here like, man, I want to play all of these, but I can't focus on 15 different games all at once. And so I'm like, I gotta like stay on one here and then move on. So, all right, Ben, you got 2 frozen turkeys sitting shotgun riding home. That's what's up, man. I hope they're buckled. I think you get pulled over for that, so you need to kind of be careful, man. Cyberpunk. Okay, so there's all this hype for Cyberpunk, and I've seen mixed reviews. I don't know if anybody has played it yet. I personally am interested in it. I like those kind of games, and being a PC player, I don't really think I would have to worry about the same sort of issues they had on the previous gen consoles. And I'm too poor to afford a next gen console, essentially. So I'm basically just gonna be stuck with it on PC. And so I don't know. I mean, I've seen the mixed reviews that it's buggy and everything, but quite frankly, I've also enjoyed all the Bethesda games, and those are notoriously buggy. So I don't know. It's sort of charming in its own way. So I don't know. It's tough. Hey Jen, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you there in chat. What's up? Ronnie, thank you so much, man. The layout here was something that I made completely from scratch, and yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed putting this together. This is sort of what, honestly, this TV layout here is basically what inspired this whole character and the whole the whole kind of direction of my channels and everything. So it's been really cool, and I want to give you a shout out to the Jugger Ronnie. Thank you so much, man. You've been a big inspiration, seeing you streaming every week, and getting notifications and seeing you on Twitter and posting all your stuff. So that's been a huge inspiration, and I appreciate your efforts, and I look forward to our collabs soon. And so yeah, man, so Call of Duty, Caroline, that's I was a big Call of Duty fan. Obviously, in the early days, the old Call of Duty, original World War II games. I loved those games. Those were so much fun. And I played them. I think I played every single one, essentially, all the way through Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare. And I never really played online, honestly. It was mainly just the story mode that I played on. So it was, I was just focusing on that. I didn't really get into competitive gameplay or anything. But after that, I just fell off. I didn't have any money really to afford anything else after that. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that that was actually my brother's copy that I was playing anyway of that. But seeing a ton of gameplay on it, I've truly considered it, especially considering sort of the theme here of the channel, sort of this kind of leader, military-esque kind of role. I think it would be kind of fun to dabble in, but I definitely know it won't be like the focus of the channel. But I am definitely not afraid to dip my toes in it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I haven't played an FPS in a long time. I don't even know. I mean, so it would be awful. So if you want to like tune in and watch some like super noob gameplay, essentially, like I'm your man, like that'll be, you know, it'll be next level awesome. And by awesome, I mean awful. But, you know, that's kind of funny in its own right? So, going back to the chat. So let's see. What do we got? Metallica talk. Ben, you know, I could talk about Metallica all day. Like probably like way too long. If like I really got on like a rant, like I could probably talk about it like longer than anybody would really want to hear. Like even more than like I would probably even want to talk about, but you just kind of get on a roll and start talking about it. My dog wants in on the live stream. I am hardlined internet, so I apologies for the drop frames and the everything here. I don't know. I have Cox Gigablast and Cox is awful, and I have no other choice really except AT&T, and apparently they're not all that great either. I don't know. You know, I put a poll out a while back, and basically it was mostly positive, but I also got some people that were saying that it wasn't all that good. Oh no, my door got opened. Haha! Oh. Dang. It's just gonna my office door here is just drifting open, whoop, punching everything. So yeah, let's see. Played it on Xbox Series X, running really good. Yeah, I mean that's so like the current gen consoles apparently have been playing Cyberpunk pretty well. Hang on, I gotta close this dang door. All right. Sorry, trying to be a one-man show over here, trying to get everything done. People not knowing how to close doors. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Brandy over there. Hi, I love you. Hi. Anyway, so yeah, the current gen consoles. I mean, obviously it's optimized for that. Cyberpunk is optimized for PC in the current gen. So I think most of the complaints that were coming from people were from, or you know, had like previous gen consoles. So I mean, it makes sense. And the fact that the PlayStation took it off the store is pretty hilarious, though. Man, Minecraft Hot Topic gameplay podcast, like Minecraft Hot Top, like emo goth type Minecraft, or is that like comma hot? No, man. So I've got 7 episodes of my Minecraft series up on my YouTube channel right now. I'm working on the 8th. I took kind of a time off to actually work on this, so I think I'll be uploading that. I was thinking about today, but I may wait till Monday. Probably just upload the next episode. It'll be episode 8 of A Hesher's Journey, my Minecraft series. And I'm going to be starting probably another one here pretty soon. It'll probably be RimWorld, which is awesome if you guys haven't checked that game out. It's sort of like The Sims, but with more killing. And less decorating. Although, with enough mods, there's plenty of decorating too. And those are the best things about The Sims. Killing and decorating. So I'll probably be doing that. And then, you know, in terms of the live streams and everything, you know, doing these kind of Jesus, hello. Sorry about that. Doing these just chatting kind of streams, talking about just random topics and, you know, going over, you know, what's going on in our community. And that's the main thing, like I said, is I, you know, as a gamer myself, as many of you are, like I love the community aspect. I love getting people together and just chatting it up and saying hello and you know, seeing the interactions and chat and everything. Apologies for the drop frames again, man. I don't know what's going on with my internet. It's all over the place. But you know, it's getting people together and discussing, all sorts of topics, whether, like I said, it's gaming or sports or music or whatever the case. I want to kind of cover a wide range of things, not only in the live streams, but in my, like YouTube videos, for example, focusing on gameplay. But I think I'm going to be doing some variety content. Honestly, like just watching some of the random stuff on YouTube, even just like reaction videos might be kind of fun just to dip my toes into. Because mostly it's like, here are these young 20-somethings or whatever, like reacting to funny videos. Like here's me reacting to those same videos. I don't know, it might be kind of silly. I've talked about potentially, diving into some music kind of review things. I've been working on my top albums of 2020 list. I may put a video together for that real quick by the end of the year, just to kind of put my opinion out there. I'm no expert, but anybody who knows me is knows my love for music, so love talking about that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right, John. Yeah, you got the Tetris type of guy. Honestly, like, I love Tetris. That was one of the first games that I ever owned on Game Boy. It was like, I got my first Game Boy. Well, I've only owned one Game Boy, I guess. My Game Boy Color in 1998 for my 8th birthday. And it was a yellow Game Boy, and I got Pokemon Red, and I was psyched. I loved that game so much. And then somehow, I don't even know how I got it, I picked up just an old game of Tetris. I don't even know where it came from. I'm pretty sure I actually have it still. And loved it. It was just a great time killer. And so that's another thing, honestly, is the classic games. I think I've looked online at a couple different places about getting some more of the classic games, and especially like what is it, GOG.com, like going on there and finding some really cool stuff. I have like a huge wish list of things on there. So like I said, suggest things, like like I said, I'm focusing mainly on like the base building and the civilization type kind of things or whatever. I'm like doing Minecraft and everything as well, but like I said, I'm open to stuff as well. What do we got? Yeah, okay, so Caroline, that's badass. Top 100 Battlefield 1942. So that's, man, I think I will probably pick up a copy of something just to have it. I've seen a couple of different games that I am really interested in. Honestly, I watched the myth, the legend, Dr. Disrespect, and some of his gameplay on some of the things. I'm like, all right, yeah. I'm gonna pick that up, and so I don't know. I may do that. What's kind of like the top FPS? Like, what's cool? I really love those type. Man, what was the game back in the day? Oh no, I can't remember what it was called. There was another one that I played on PS2, and it was awesome. And now I totally blanked on what it was. Struggle Bus. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get back to that. I'll probably remember it somewhere completely unrelated. What up, Billy? Man, good to see you. Another shout out to you and your streams and everything. Make sure to go check out Billis5K. I think that's your Twitch name, right? Did I have that right? You're like, no, it's Samuel Johnson 963. I don't know. Man, okay. Yeah. We'll get some Warzone together. I want to see a Hesher Zero and Abraham Lincoln crossover episode. Yeah, Brandy. We should. Actually, here's the thing. The times that Brandy and I have played games with each other, like the first time we ever played Minecraft together, I've probably told this story before on another stream I've done, but it was amazing. It was like just a calamity of just the most, like, basically, we're in our little house that we built, and correct me if I'm wrong here. You basically had never seen an Enderman before. You had never played Minecraft before, so you'd never seen an Enderman. You looked it directly in the face, which is a mistake. If you never played Minecraft, Endermen are these crazy kind of tall mobs that are hostile if you look them in the eyes or in the face, and they start attacking you, and they're kind of powerful. And so all of a sudden she's freaking out. She's screaming over Mike, just like running around, and like I'm having to like run back into the house to save her. I see her with a chicken, like was it a raw chicken in her hand? She had somehow dropped her sword and just had a chicken. She's just like trying to fight it off with a chicken. I come in, I go to hit it. She walks in front of me. I hit her instead. The dog that she had tamed that's loyal to her started attacking me. So when that dog attacked me, the dog I tamed started attacking that dog. Somehow, I think it got killed on the porch or something. And then the other dog got stuck under the stairs. Am I right on that? Like, got stuck on the stairs in some weird glitch that I'd never seen. It just turned black and just got stuck, and we're like trying to break the stairs to get it out. It was ridiculous. I mean, it was the most, like, you know, it was one of those things you're like, why weren't we recording on it? Like, it was hilarious. So I'm really hoping that next time that she and I do a video together, we can kind of capture that magic again, because it was fantastic. Like, I mean, just in tears laughing. So yeah, you know, the Minecraft stuff is going to be great. But you know, I'm basically, I don't know, I'm a huge Minecraft nerd, so it's gonna be always at the core and the heart of what I do here, I guess. Back to the chat. So, oh man, yeah, Rust. Dude, okay. So I remember first seeing that gameplay footage and it being really interested, because I really love like zombie survival. I love survival type games. I love things where you know, collect resources, you craft things, and you basically, you know, kind of build your base and build up weapons and all that stuff. Like, that's my jam. I love it. Like, I'm a big State of Decay fan. I've got State of Decay 2, the Juggernaut edition. I've thought about streaming that as well. The thing is, though, admittedly, and I'll say it, you know, I'm kind of a weenie when it comes to scary games. Like, so while I enjoy State of Decay, I'm like, oh god, zombies. Oh no. Like that. That's the voice I make every time I play it. It's weird. I don't know. I'll be like, hey everybody. Oh. Just like that. It's strange. Yeah, Brandy can definitely confirm. So like I really enjoy those, and like, you know, real, you know, scarier, like kind of like jump scare type games. Man, I don't know. Like, they're fun, but I'm probably like embarrassingly like afraid of it. I remember one time I was probably like 11 years old or something, hanging out with some friends, and we were playing Fatal Frame or Fatal Frame 2. Anybody remember that game, Fatal Frame? And we gone through this house, and basically there's a part where I guess like this girl falls off of the staircase onto the floor and dies or whatever, you know, it's like a ghost, or I don't remember. It was practically 20 years ago. And anyway, like, you had to like defeat that person. So anyway, we go back through, you know, we go through the house. It'd been a few hours or something, and it respawned, which we didn't realize that could happen. So here we are, there are 4 boys just sitting in this living room. It was like in the morning, we had all woken up. It was in the morning. We're like ready to eat breakfast. We're like, shoot, let's get back on this game. Start playing. And we're like trucking along back in that same spot. This ghost person thing falls again. We all screamed like embarrassingly loud. And his parents are like, what are you doing? We're like, oh, nothing. Like, meanwhile, you know, we're trying to act tough after that. Like, oh, you know, we're just, you know, like, no, just no big deal. I don't know. That was hilarious. It's one of those, once again, like, you wish you had it on video, but you know, fair. But anyway, we're talking about Rust anyway. So man, I enjoy those types of games. I'm interested in looking at it, you know, the community, if it's still, is that game really still kind of like relevant? I don't want to like shit on the game or anything, that's not what I mean. But I definitely am interested in checking it out if there's still, like, you know, if it's still worth playing. It is? Okay, cool. Time Splitters. Chance, I don't really know anything about that. I'd have to Google that. I'd have to GTS. Google that shit. State of Decay in 7 days. Oh, yeah, I think I've seen something about 7 days. I don't know. Those types of games, though, like I said, like, a lot of fun. I enjoy, you know, the kind of like zombie hunting type stuff too. Like, you know, honestly though, like I said, it's mainly like the base building, the resource gathering. That's why Minecraft, I guess, is sort of my jam, you know, and those types of games. But so I'm definitely going to be doing that. You know, I think I'll be streaming a lot of that stuff. And you know, depending on what kind of, I mean, I don't know what I'm feeling, I guess maybe doing a series on them. It sort of depends, you know, because there's a lot of people who kind of enjoy the, you know, the long form type of games like that, in terms of like, you know, there's kind of grindy aspects to it, and maybe that's better on stream because you can kind of chat through it and whatever, or you know, maybe it's better on video because you can edit it out. It just sort of kind of depends. I don't know, like, what's your opinion on that? Do you guys have any preference in terms of like those types of games where, you know, do you like to see, you know, maybe in full? Do you like to see kind of a supercut where it's kind of cut down? You know, basically, I don't know how to, like, for example, like we've been watching a guy called Ambiguous Amphibian. I don't know if anybody knows who that is, but you should definitely check his stuff out. He does the game RimWorld, which I'm a huge fan of, and he basically just kind of cuts everything down, you know, so because it can take a while, you know, for things to happen, so he's just kind of doing all the highlights. So yeah, it may be something like that. Let's see, trying to remember the PS2 shooter that was Killzone. I don't know, man. No, it wasn't Killzone. I know it was. I'm gonna have to just Google it. I'm gonna have to pull it up right now. Oh, I don't know how to. I've never used a computer before, apparently. So let's see. Let's see if we can. Oh, excuse me. Hang on. Everybody, don't freak out. Don't freak out. Is everybody freaking out? There we go. Cool. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, all right. Let's see. Man, do I have any like important information here? Nope. Personal information. What the hell was it called? I don't know. Here, I'll switch back. Hang on. Whoop. Hey, it's me again. How y'all doing? I don't know. Let me. As soon as I think of it, I have a horrible memory when it comes to certain things, and then I could remember like the most ridiculous things from 20 years ago at the same time. So Brandy mentioned The Forest. That's another one. Like, I saw awesome gameplay footage from it and looked like a lot of fun. And I think there's a lot of games. I have this problem. Pardon me. I'm a little bit parched. I have this problem where I've watched a lot of gameplay of certain games thinking, I'll probably never play that, so I'm just gonna kind of spoil it for myself. No big deal. I'm never gonna pick that game up. Looks cool. I'm never gonna play it. Now I'm like, well, crap. Maybe I should have waited, you know, and actually pulled up, or you know, saved up and bought whatever the game was. I don't know. I remember. Haha. Okay. The game I was trying to remember on PlayStation 2 was Conflict Desert Storm 2. Those were my jam. My brother and I played those forever. I had my buddies in the neighborhood. We'd all get together. You know, it was all co-op. Awesome. Super cool. I love the squad kind of aspect where you can direct people to go this way and kind of do that. The strategy behind it of you know, positioning your soldiers in a certain place and having them, you know, go wherever you want them to go and do all that. Like, that was so much fun. I have so many awesome memories of that. Like, it's fantastic. So there, yeah, exactly. Like, I remembered it completely unrelated to what I was just trying to find. I remember it. Perfect. So, gonna take a sip. Scooters, shout out to Scooters for their delicious coffee. Man, I needed it today. I haven't had any like real caffeine in like 2 weeks. Been trying to cut off like any sort of sugar intake, trying to be like relatively healthy, even though I haven't really been eating healthy things, just trying to cut sugar. But today I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it. It's Friday and you ain't got no job and you ain't got shit to do. Oh wait, never mind. That's not it. So yeah, I think you know, with the live streaming aspect, you know, doing these sort of games, whether it's you know, the what am I trying to say here? The, you know, the FPS type games, or the base building games or whatever. Dude, okay, there we go. Yeah, Conflict Desert Storm 2. Yeah, back to Baghdad. Okay. Yeah, 3 a.m. Honestly, that is how I work. I feel like it's you know, you're just laying in bed, you know, like trying to sleep. You're like, you got to text this person, especially on my schedule. You know, I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I think of something. Sorry for everybody who's gotten random messages at 6 a.m. because, you know, that's like my morning. So I'm like, I want to text this person this. I'm like, oh wait, that's right, I don't live on a normal person schedule. But so yeah, dude, the Conflict game, I honestly have considered re-downloading those again. I've considered, you know, kind of focusing on sort of that like retro gameplay. It's kind of weird calling a game that came out like 15 years ago retro, because it doesn't feel like 15 years ago, or however long it was. You know, you think of retro, you're thinking like the 90s or something, right? But I don't know, we're old. I'm including everybody in here. Everybody that is watching right now. Everybody's old now. Justin, sugar is for the boys, and I will say, as someone who has ingested a lot of sugar in his life, I absolutely believe that 100%. But I'm kind of tired of being fat. It's not a lot of fun. I mean, I'm just saying. But yeah, man, I think, you know, focusing on those retro games though, like I love the Conflict game. Oh man, so many good memories. And like, what was the dude's name? Like Foley and all those fools. So much fun. You know, 2003, 17 years ago. Conflict came out in 2003. Conflict 2. Okay. So 17 years ago. That's wild. Yeah, I remember hanging out with my brother, my buddy Jeremiah Harmon. Where you at, man? I know you're out there somewhere in my friends list, not watching the stream right now. All getting together and playing Conflict Desert Storm 2. Here's a wild thing. So I was in a GameStop, or no, sorry, I was in a the vintage stock a couple years ago, and I'm just kind of looking around, and I saw they had like 2 or 3 other Conflict games that I'd never heard of, like Conflict Vietnam and some other like modern one or whatever. I honestly thought they just stopped at Conflict Desert Storm 2. Like, I had no idea. And then again, you know, I wasn't as in tune with new games or whatever when I was, you know, 13, 14 years old or whatever. But I was blown away. Like, I took a picture of them and sent it to people. I was like, did you know this existed? I didn't know, honestly. Shining Force 1 and 2 on Sega Genesis. I mean, that sounds cool. So I never got into, well, I'm not saying that I wasn't a fan, but I never got into excuse me. I never got into like Sega games. Not that like I said, not that I wasn't a fan. I played Sonic and I played a few other ones, but I never owned a Sega console before. So the only chance I got to play with them were with friends. So I'm not super familiar with like a lot of what they had available. Man, shout out Billy again for tagging me here. I just saw. It's awesome. Much love. Gaming Money 2021. So yeah, man, like that's like the retro games, the Sega games, you know, doing old Nintendo or whatever the case. You know, all that. I'm open to a lot of stuff. If you guys are just tuning in, man, I'm Hesher Zero. Sorry for the weird little delays. Cox Internet is garbage. So I, of course, you know, like I mentioned earlier, speed test, you know, a couple hours ago. I'm like, solid. Got like 35 download, 900 up. Like, or sorry, the other way around. 900 download, 35 up. God, that'd be awful. Or awesome or awful. I don't know. And, you know, as soon as I test again right before going live, and it's like, you kind of have like 14 up. You can maybe live stream if you want. So apologies for that, guys. But yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, Hesher Zero here. Make sure you guys go check out all the social medias, the internets. Go check me out on all them interwebs. I've got, you know, my Twitch channel, got the Facebook. I'm streaming here live on my personal page because I'm here to recruit you, my friends, my family, and everybody in between. Some weird enemies probably out there looking at my page like this. So basically, yeah, you know, shoot a like over there at the Hesher Zero Facebook page. I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok. Even though I haven't really done anything really on TikTok, it's mostly just been things messing around. You gotta stay with the times, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I appreciate it, guys, if everybody go and, you know, shoot a like, share with your friends. Like, I want to try to build up this community. I want to try to get everybody together. Let's talk about games. Let's talk about music. Let's talk about sports. Let's talk about whatever, life. You know, I want to try to stay away from sort of the heavier topics in life. Don't really want to touch on politics. Don't really want to touch on that. I want to try to think, you know, talk about things that bring us together. Even though, you know, I mean, I guess you could say a lot of the, everybody's got their own opinions. So, whatever. But yeah, we're basically, you know, we're here. We're going to talk about whatever you guys want, man. Bring up some topics, bring up some games you want to talk about, what's going on in your life. Me personally, like I said, man, here with this channel, the inaugural Fireside Chat. I'm going to be doing this weekly and, excuse me, and, you know, so hanging out, man. Like, that's all, especially in 2020. And with COVID and everything going on, you know, everybody's not able to hang out. Anybody that knows me, I love to entertain. I love to have people over and throw parties and make people laugh and have fun. So this is my way of sort of reaching out and doing that in a small way. And, you know, just trying to have fun, man. And personally, you know, it's a creative outlet. I honestly think that, you know, especially, well, I mean, being a musician and everything, and Devil Theory not really doing anything right now, you know, it's been bittersweet. I've been able to focus on this and everything, but obviously music is not really happening much. And make sure you go shoot a like to the Hesher Zero page. I'm sure everybody would appreciate that in the band. By everybody, I mean myself, Patrick, and Emery. Hi, love you guys. I miss you. So yeah, man, like we're gonna be doing these live streams. And, you know, just chit-chatting, playing games, talking about all sorts of stuff. I know I'm kind of rambling or kind of repeating myself here. Hesher in the kitchen. So, look, Brandy in here trying to make the big brain plays. What this really is a ploy to get me to cook. Now, that being said, I'm not against cooking. I love to cook. But I see what's going on here. I see these games she's trying to play. See them. I see through. Anyway, I'm sitting here seeing these drop frames. It's really frustrating. I'm sure as soon as this live stream's over, I'm gonna check my internet connection again, and it's gonna be like, "Hey, you've got a 5 million freaking upload speed, like it's never been seen before." Man, that's rough. I appreciate everybody tuning in, though, sticking with me. We're gonna be hopefully not having these issues. Just like seeing, it's like, sorry, the stream is being interrupted. Struggle. Like I said, Cox, get your shit together, please. All right, what do we got here? We got new Slaughter to Prevail and Deftones album. So I don't really know anything about Slaughter to Prevail. Like I've never really listened to them. If you got any suggestions of tracks I should check out, please do. I'm always open to new stuff. I feel like there are certain bands, I'm not saying this is one, but like I feel like there are certain bands that I have like a preconceived notion about or whatever, and I've never actually really checked it out, sort of the snob in me or something. Like, for example, man, I slept on Job for a Cowboy for like 5-6 years or something, and I was like, man, nah, no, it's garbage. I don't that's not for me. And then I just randomly picked up what album was it? I gotta look it up. I picked up one of their albums when I was like 20, And it was one of those things, I call it my quarter life crisis. I had just gotten a new job and I basically had money and no bills. So I was just like, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of like CDs and DVDs and stuff. And I picked up it was the Genesis album, I believe. Yeah, from Job for a Cowboy. And I was like, oh, this is actually good. Why didn't I listen to this before? And so it was after that, then I became a huge fan, and I love them, and I hope that they come back. I think they already are, but anyway, so I've definitely, like, I feel like I sleep on a lot of bands. Now, going to your other question, the Deftones album, Ohms, is fantastic. I mean, you know, it's not quite on the same level as, say, like, Diamond Eyes. I mean, because, like, what is that, like their sixth album? It is incredibly difficult for a band that has been around as long as they have to come out with such a fantastic record from front to back as their like sixth album. You know, you usually strike gold with, you know, first 1, 2, 3 albums or something like that. So the fact that they knocked it out of the park with that one is awesome. I've listened to it a few times, this new one, and I enjoy it. I mean, it's not nearly as heavy as I'd like it to be. I personally enjoy really like the heavier Deftones stuff. But it's all awesome. I mean, it's all baby making music, you know, and I enjoy that a lot. So, yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. I think Stephen Carpenter was talking about, though, in previous interviews, that he was saying that, you know, he wants to try to focus and he's like the more driving force about the heavier Deftones sound. And so he might be like a weird flat earther or whatever it is, something that came out. But you know what? Just let him tune down and play heavy shit. Like, just, that's fine. Chino or whoever's, you know, keeping him from doing that. Like, come on, man. Let's get heavy. So, yeah. So, looking here, Genesis was very heavy, and I enjoy it thoroughly. I mean, I enjoyed every record since they put out since, for Job for a Cowboy. Speaking of Sun Eater, you know, the last effort they put out was fantastic, and you know, they started getting into like more of the prog aspect, and I was like, this is my jam. Because I'm like a huge like Revocation fan, you know, so I really enjoy the heavy like death element mixed with the thrash and groove, and then you kind of got that like proggy jazzy kind of stuff thrown in there, like chef's kiss. It's fantastic. I love it. Let's see, Michael, I have not seen any good Karens well, actually, maybe I may have seen a good Karen recently, but it's not anything that I took note of necessarily, but I will keep an eye out for them. Honestly, the chances of that happening are pretty good, and for whatever reason, you know, you and I both run into each other at the grocery store every couple of months. Apparently we're on the same schedule when it comes to that, so if maybe we can see one together. So yeah. Brandy says, as far as the Eye, I'm so excited for that game. Yes, that looks super cool. I look forward to seeing that more in depth. Let's see, Demolisher, the Big Track. Man, yeah, I'm, you know, the big heavy music fan that I am. I enjoy it all, though, because I was just having a conversation, and I know this is going to diminish my heavy metal cred, but whatever. I was just talking to a friend, shout out to Rob Welcher, wherever you are. You're at home. I know that's where you are. I don't know why I'm saying wherever you are. We're just talking about Creed and how that Scott Stapp, the lead singer, is going to be cast as Frank Sinatra in the Ronald Reagan biopic that they're shooting here, or they were shooting here in Oklahoma, with like a really weird cast. And the fact that like Scott Stapp playing Frank Sinatra seems sort of I don't know, like just kind of wrong, honestly. I don't know. He had some problems, so I'm not going to say that the crap that he got was unjust, because it definitely was. But I don't know. We were just kind of talking about how like Mark Tremonti being a killer guitar player really helped that band, and they had a lot of weird rap, kind of like how Nickelback has gotten. It's like everybody hates them, but we're not really entirely sure why. Like some people, you know, I mean, you could say they sell out and they write formulaic radio rock, butt rock, which is true. Yeah, they definitely do, but they make a lot of money doing it, and you know, good for them. And so the point I was getting at was that, like, as a, yeah, I'm gonna say it, as a Creed fan, I you know, I feel like some of the shit they got was kind of unjust, but I totally understand why some people don't like it. I definitely enjoy the things about them, but you know, to each their own. And that's the thing, man. Like, I definitely was, especially in my earlier years, you know, I was like that gatekeeper kind of kid. I was just like, that sucks, whatever. Even though, like, admittedly, looking back now, there's a ton of things that people would be like, man, that shit sucks too. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, why are you wearing a Disturbed shirt or whatever? Like, I don't know, shit like that. Like, but you know, I don't know, man. Like, I as I've gotten older, you know, you just let people enjoy what they like, and you can kind of debate the merits of liking certain music or bands or whatever, and that's fair to some degree. But you know, I think it's better spent, like, your energy is better spent just focus on the crap that you like or that you share an interest with others, rather than shitting on other people's tastes. But you know, maybe that's just the peace and love kind of guy in me. Once again, apologies for the weird connection issues, guys. Man, I appreciate you guys sticking with me. The stream has been struggling. Cox internet is garbage. So yeah, I'm looking at the the drop frames here. Drop frames detected 42% over the last 2 minutes. A minute ago. Like, so I appreciate it. I think I'm gonna have to adjust my like stream delay, because it seems kind of behind. But here we are. It's the inaugural Fireside Chat. I'm here, you know, testing this out for the first time in character, and you know, just the bugs. You know, you got to work out all the bugs and all the kinks out of this. So I appreciate everybody sticking around, watching, and hearing me rant about random stuff, because I don't know, you know, it's what we do. It's 2020. It's almost over. COVID vaccine's out. Everybody's dying. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, make sure you check out the Federation. All the links in the description above here, or wherever you are, however you're looking and watching, on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and the Discord channel. Hop in there, man. That's going to be where we're developing our community. You know, we're going to have our own, you know, conversations and everything in there, as well as on all these live streams. And, you know, the future content, all the gameplay, and all these fireside chats, man. The idea is coming to the people and, you know, talking like, you know, old FDR, the best president we've ever had. I know I didn't want to talk about politics, but I'm throwing that out there. I mean, really, there's no good president, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm going to start a whole conversation on that one. But it's sort of that same aspect. It's sort of like bringing the conversation into your homes, talking about, you know, rather than, say, current events, mainly, you know, we're going to be talking about music and gaming and whatever entertainment type stuff. So yeah, so everybody, you know, make sure you tune in. I want to try to focus on probably twice a week. Maybe we do a game stream one day. We do the Fireside Chat on another day. Throughout the day that'd be best for you. Like I said, I have Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? I think that's my schedule. Jeez, I don't even know. And yeah, it's here in the whoop, 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 in there. It'll pop up at some point. You'll see it. And you know, we'll just kind of wing it, man. We're gonna be building this, like I said, this community together, and I want to sort of cater it to, you know, my friends and the viewers out there, man. That's what it's all about. Sun Eater was greatly underappreciated, dude. Okay, so going back to the Job for a Cowboy thing, the Sun Eater album, obviously when they broke up right after that, or kind of disbanded, sort of hiatus, whatever it was, they didn't even tour on that album. They didn't even, I think they played like a couple festivals or something, and then they just didn't tour on it. and I was incredibly disappointed. I remember when it came out, I was super psyched, and I'm like, I can't wait for this tour. And then it was just like, yeah, we're not gonna play any shows, and then you're never gonna hear from us until like 5 years later or whatever it was. It was incredibly frustrating. Michael, yeah, the Scott. Okay, so I remember years ago. I'm gonna look this up. The Scott Stapp solo record. Let me see. Came out. Was it 2005? I remember listening to it on the Cat, and I think it was like one of the first couple tracks. It was like real heavy, and I was like, what? And I was like, damn, dude. I mean, I say real heavy, relatively speaking, to Scott Stapp. It's not, death metal heavy. I was like, wow, like that's cool. Like maybe he actually is gonna do. And then like the rest of the album was okay. Like it was fine. It was radio rock kind of stuff that you would expect. Did you pick up the Proof of Life, Great Divide, or the Space Between the Shadows album? I'm just looking here on the Wikipedia page. Let's see. Yeah, right here. So we've got, Great Divide, Proof of Life, Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm sort of a fan. Like, it's kind of cool. I honestly haven't really checked out his solo stuff as much, so I think I want to do that. Man, music this year has been weird, to say the least. But I think with COVID, it's been here's the thing. While it has been disappointing that like tours have been canceled, that mainly the tours and everything, we can't see these bands, and so they're kind of schedules have been knocked off. But with the cool, like I don't know if have you guys heard of 2 Minutes to Midnight, or Late Night, excuse me, 2 Minutes to Late Night on YouTube? Awesome. They do these collab covers, and they bring in all sorts of musicians, and I know there's a couple of other places that are doing it as well, and they bring in these collaboration of musicians, and they do a cover song of like a Thin Lizzy track or something, and they'll mix it up, and it sounds awesome. Like, it's super cool. They'll do like certain songs in the style of another artist or whatever. It's been awesome. So there's a lot of, like, I don't want to say necessarily like innovation, but sort of, especially with the live streaming aspect. While that has been explored to some degree over the last few years, with the focus of these live stream concerts and these bands sort of just being kind of forced into it, there's been a lot of really cool ideas that have come about. And I think that moving forward, not only when, hopefully we can get back to touring and we can have bands actually playing live in a normal capacity, hopefully sooner than later. Not only will you have those, but you'll have the live stream aspect. Maybe they stream those together, so if you can't make the show in person, you pay a fraction of the ticket price. Or, let's be honest, nobody's probably gonna be the same freaking price probably, but you pay another ticket price for the live stream of that show. I think there's all sorts of potential there. Like, that's what's really exciting, is that there's a number of opportunities for these bands, not only, like I said, going back out on the road and playing shows and releasing music. Streaming, is the future in terms of Spotify, Apple Music, those things. As unfortunate as Spotify is for musicians in terms of how they pay, it's the biggest platform right now. Maybe that and YouTube, essentially, in terms of discoverability of your music. So not only are people live streaming your music to begin with, but then if you start live streaming shows and creating these interactive broadcasts with your audience, not only are you creating more of a sense of community and interaction with the band, but you also get the music too. You get the cool concerts and the cool effects, or the whatever the case. For example, man, like the band Clutch, they basically were just live streaming in their jam room, and it was really funny, like watching their evolution and kind of seeing those baby steps being taken, seeing the struggles that they had, much like myself here with the damn frames issue. God, I apologize, guys. And so, watching the band grow in their experience with live streaming, and getting their audio right and getting the visuals right and getting more camera angles and putting lights in their jam room and doing like the whole live from the Doom Saloon thing. Like, it's so cool. It's so cool. Devin Townsend is another one that's been like, I don't want to say like trailblazing, but I mean, he does these like super scuffed, much like mine, super scuffed live streams of his shows. The Halloween one was hilarious. It was like the super shitty Halloween party or whatever, 2020, and it was him, you know, green screened on, playing the songs with pre-recorded versions of himself as his backing band and all Halloween outfits and everything. Like, it was great. It was just like, the whole concept was fantastic. It was hilarious. So the the opportunities for bands right now is, I don't want to say endless because they're not able to play live, but had this happened 20 years ago, it would be way worse. It wouldn't have the same, they'd have to just like send out DVDs and crap. Like, I don't know, like we're in a much better place right now when it comes to, the creative outlets for musicians, or for anyone for that matter. I mean, obviously, like, I'm sitting here in my office live streaming, and that was not really ever really heard of a number of years ago in that same way. And so creating this content, creating this entertainment outlet for people to consume is awesome. And that's part of why I want to get into it, and I've been getting into it. And so that being said, man, like, shout out to, honestly, the first person who really piqued my interest in it and who dove headfirst and rocked it was my boy Chuck Minnis, former Zero Theist guitar player. Chuck, wherever you are, I don't know why I'm saying that, like, people are just like, I'm not in touch with them or whatever. Chuck, aka Circuitry, check him out, man. He's awesome. He plays a lot of like VR games, and he'll do God, what's the pirate game, the Thieves, High Seas Thieves, whatever the hell it's called. I can't think of it right now. Boy, pro gamer. He plays all that stuff. Awesome, man. He jumped right into that after the band split, and was focusing on that, and has really built himself an awesome community. And so everybody, man, like everybody that I mentioned before, and speaking of which, another former Zero Theist member, Brandon Robinson, man, Token, what up, man? Raisin Brand Gaming, RAYZN, Raisin Brand. Like, he's out there playing all sorts of stuff. He's playing Call of Duty, he's playing NBA 2K. He's doing a variety of stuff. So shout out to him, man. All these people, Juggernerd, man, Billis 5K, everybody, like, been huge influences. Just seeing my friends out there, just playing cool shit and building a community. I was just playing what was it, the Jackbox games with Ronnie over here, the Juggernerd, and what was that, last Friday, I guess, and we were playing that together, man. Had a blast. It was awesome. And it was just hanging out, playing some trivia and playing Jackbox games, and just I love that type of hangout sesh, so to speak. Just the entertainment value of sitting there watching, playing a game together, talking about ridiculous stuff, funny answers and everything. And that's, not to like totally bite off your stream, bro, but I've considered doing something like that myself, just to have people come in, have some interaction, not only in the chat but in the game as well, and make each other laugh and do all that, man. That's what's really exciting. Oh man, yeah. So going back to the chat here, yeah, Chance says, I was supposed to see Sabaton this year, but Rona pooped on that. Mutoid Man definitely is the hero we need. Yeah, dude, Mutoid Man is awesome. Like, and the whole 2 Minutes to Late Night crew is fantastic. Just the whole thing. And, yeah, like, see, and speaking of like canceled shows, I was supposed to go see Devin Townsend in March. Brandy and I were going to take our daughter to her first like real show. It was going to be her birthday gift. It was going to be awesome. And yeah, COVID was just like, nah, bruh, not going to happen. And so unfortunately, that got canceled, and here we are, 9 months later. And, I mean, and that's on a personal note, I mean, it's basically canceled all of Devil Theory's plans, we were, we were sort of idle, not having a bass player, and then sort of tossing around the idea of, am I gonna play bass? We're gonna find somebody to play bass on this stuff. Like, what are we gonna do? We got music we're sitting on, ready to get out there and play again, but basically, why bother when there's a global pandemic? You can't bring anybody in. What are you gonna bring? Like, bring somebody in and risk COVID exposure or whatever? Like, that's not cool. I don't want to put anybody in that position. So, man, that's been tough. Like, it's put a damper on a lot of people's plans. And obviously, besides the financial aspects and people losing their jobs and losing their homes and everything, like, just from a normal day-to-day and sort of like fun ruining aspect, dude, I miss going to a restaurant. Like, I know there's a lot of people who do and go out to eat and all that, and you do you, I guess. But nah, man. Like, I'm hoping that we can get back to normal and, not only have these sort of hangout sessions here and like on stream, but be able to do it in person. It's a shame. It's a shame. So there you go. You can see Twitch stream schedule right there, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be trying to stick to that schedule as closely as possible. Being an adult is kind of awful. So hopefully we can get that done. And Mondays and Wednesdays on Facebook. That was on Twitch, by the way. This is on Facebook. Whoop, right there, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Gonna be trying to mix it up. Go different platforms here. I'm going to be releasing videos on YouTube as well. Hopefully at least one video a week, if not maybe two. Try to mix it up. Honestly, I want you guys' opinion, in terms of content. Do you want to see more in-person stuff? You want to just see gameplay? Like I said, I got music review ideas. I've got, funny skit ideas. And that's the thing about COVID too, man, is I want to get together and shoot stuff, man. I want to do, some in-person like skits and interviews or whatever the case, man. Like, that I miss, the opportunity to do those. Like, you can't even really do those. Well, can't do them safely. Well, responsibly, I suppose. But yeah, man. So if you guys are just tuning in, if you're just tuning in right here, Hesher0 here. Make sure to follow me on all my platforms. You got Twitch, you got Facebook here on my Facebook page, all at Hesher0, Hesherzero. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Check out the Discord channel as well. It is live and ready to rock. If the link is not working, I will. In fact, I don't think the link is working. So let me see what I can do. Yeah, I've been working on all this stuff for months now, and you sort of get into the you kind of jump back and forth between things, different projects. And so I'm like, did I finish this? I don't know if I did or not. So I definitely did. Let me I'm gonna post the link in the chat. Hello. All right, there we go. Whoop. There we go. Updated link. Let me try to save. There we go. Updated. Ready to go. So, it's Friday, man. Feels good. Is everybody doing all right? Hope everybody's doing fine. Got looks like we got about 5 people here watching. I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. This has been something I've been planning for a long time, and I want to thank everybody who's commented and is watching, because like I said, I've been working on it for a long time, and I really look forward to building this community with you all. Apologies for the connection issues, man. The internet is garbage. Cox Communication can suck it. Watch, they're gonna throttle all my data now. They're gonna be like, hey, we heard you. The FBI agent that's assigned to you is listening, and he told us. So, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, weird stuff like this happens. Especially, you know, the other thing is like people working from home. Everybody's using all the freaking bandwidth. You know, I'm paying for top tier, like, consumer internet here. So, unfortunately, you get what you get. Let's just see. Let's just see what we got. Let's just go web capture. Finding optimal server. Let's just go. We're going to speed test online here. Oh, don't look at that. Okay. So, boop. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so that's not all that good either. I was getting 900 down earlier. Yeah, everybody's online doing crazy stuff. See, look, all right, so I'm hitting 20. No, and then it just slowly dips down. Yeah, maybe it's because I'm already live streaming here. I don't know. Yeah, 8. Look at that. Look at that. It's garbage. Whatever. Whoop. Sorry. There I am. Hi. So we're going to we're gonna truck on here because I am stubborn, you know, stubborn as a mule. That's like a weird, like John Wayne voice or something. Man, so Bill Withers is the man. I'm just seeing this here, Justin. That's what's up. Brandy, how am I just seeing that? Like, it's just now showing up. So, R.I.P. Bill Withers. I was just watching an in memoriam on CBS this morning, and I was like, dang, there have been a lot of like pretty high profile celebrity deaths this year. So it's one of those things. It's like on top of the year sucking really bad, then you got like all these celebrity deaths on, you know, like people that are actually popular and care people actually care about. That sounds awful, but you know what I mean. Like, it's sort of you know, it's, I don't know, it's a bummer. And with what are we 13 days away from the end of the year? Does anybody have any New Year's resolutions? I don't know if I have any. Maybe get better internet, something. I don't know, something like that. It's awful. It's awful. So apologies. Yeah, we're gonna be doing some gameplay probably starting next week. Although honestly, I might live stream this weekend as well. Maybe tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. It's sort of, you know, I have my schedule, but then, you know, I have some flex days that I think that I can squeeze in here and there. Basically, you know, it'll be either these kind of just chatting kind of things or gameplay stuff, or maybe we talk about random other BS. I think, you know, if we can, you know, find a hot topic, it'd be like Wendy Williams over here, like hot topics, and you know, something that we could talk about. You know, like if you're on Twitter, you know, you get all sorts of fun things to talk about. You know, the cyberpunk controversy, so to speak, that's going on right now. You know, the what was it, the Stream Awards or whatever just a few weeks ago, things like that, you know, that are fun to talk about. Yeah, you know, so as time goes on, you know, we're going to build up these sort of things. I definitely, one of the stream ideas that I had was sort of a Q&A session, sort of a you know, what I would deem a town hall, so to speak, kind of going off of this the lore with this channel, talking, you know, to the citizens, you know, the citizens of the internet, citizens of the World Wide Web. You know, we're all compatriots here. We all share a common experience on the web to some degree, and you know, whether that's, you know, through Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or gaming or music or whatever the case, you know, whatever your interests are, you know, I want to kind of explore that with everybody. And, you know, we can kind of just do kind of a Q&A kind of thing, and just talk about Boy, I'm trying to move this notebook out of the way. Talk about those kind of topics. So, maybe every week or so I'll put a questionnaire out, and it'll be like, hey, what do you guys want to talk about this week? What do you want to know? Let's discuss. But, do you need some advice? Or whatever, things like that. And kind of do a weekly Q&A. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I know, like, there's different guys that I watch on YouTube, for example, that do something similar that I enjoy. So I think if that's something that you guys are into, I definitely would be open to doing something like that. And just trying to get, some feedback and have some fun interaction there. All right. Another idea I've kind of been going into, sort of, the collabs, I've been talking about, like, with my boy Juggernerd, my boy Billis, doing something like that. I'm open, whoever, especially, man, shout out to all my other creators, all my friends out there. You guys are awesome. And I want to, let's get together, let's collab, let's do something fun, let's do something exciting. We can work it out. So I think that the opportunities are endless, and I really enjoy, sort of like looking forward to and planning those things out. Another game that popped into my mind right now, The Sims. Now, I know that The Sims 4 is kind of garbage, but I've been a Sims fan for 20 years, something like that. And man, I would love to do something like that. I think having these games where, much like I've mentioned, RimWorld, where you have these characters, these people, that you control, creating these sort of backstories and having ridiculous names and scenarios that they're put in, and having the audience interact and choose names or whatever things to do. I think that's a blast. One of the guys that I enjoy watching a lot is Sips. Sips is the man. He's hilarious. I remember watching a video years ago of him playing City Skylines, which I'm definitely interested in playing as well. I think I have it in my library, my Steam library or something. And just because there's no like single people that you create or whatever, but he had like a whole backstory made up for all these like buildings and the people that are in them and everything. Like, he had a like Uncle Phil from freaking Fresh Prince, like Uncle Phil Memorial Tower, and all these ridiculous names for all these things, and just like, sorry Uncle Phil, like, you're dead now or whatever. Like, I don't know, it's good stuff and I love it. Shout out to my little man Dyson, wants me to play creative Minecraft. He's a creative Minecraft player. He's 6 years old, and that's like his jam. His world is super colorful and super creative. He's got all sorts of crazy little builds in his world, and it's really fun seeing from like an adult perspective, as an adult that plays Minecraft, comparing that to, a 6-year-old child and what his imagination comes up with and what he does for fun and the things that he builds. Really, kind of opens up, some fun opportunities and things like that. And I think that's a lot of fun to look at. So yes, Guy, I think we'll get something put together. I think maybe put something on his future channel, perhaps. There. No, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe there might be some kind of content there, perhaps. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, planning for this channel. And looking forward to all the interaction with everyone here. And I think moving forward, with the live chats and the gameplay and the videos and switching back between like Twitch and Facebook, eventually I will move over to my actual channel, the Hesher Zero channel. But, man, I wanted to let everybody know what was going on with me and with this stuff and kind of recruit you over there. We'll probably do a few more here on the personal channel. I'm going to send out a bunch of invites and people are going to be like, what's this garbage? But that's fine. I'm going to send them out and, hopefully, like I said, build this community, man, put everybody together in this mixing pot of different experiences and life, life experiences, and talk about all sorts of stuff, play different games together, man. I've considered doing like a Minecraft server kind of thing. I don't want to be so arrogant as to think that I could do like a Patreon server or something, but maybe, man, if you guys are open to that kind of stuff, I would obviously welcome it. Doing things like that where we can all get together and be like, hey, it's, Saturday afternoon or whatever, I'm going to hop on here and let's get together, we'll play, or, whatever, it's Monday, or, whatever day we plan to do these kind of things. I think it'll be a lot of fun, man. Like I said, and I apologize for all these freaking interruptions here. The internet speed is absolute garbage. I don't know what to do with that. It makes me kind of sad that I don't have all that stuff put together here. Shout out to everybody who's joined the Discord server. Shout out to Shagbert and Odd Pyromaniac. Guys, appreciate you guys joining the Federation. It's our Discord server. That's where we're going to have our, really going to be building up that community there. We're going to be talking about gameplay stuff. And especially shout out to anybody who is a creator. And I want to be able to have an outlet where you guys can share not only in, what I'm doing, but what you're doing as well. I want to try to promote and build that community and build each other up. Oh, bud. So, yeah, there's I'm looking at, I got a text message. I was like, what is that? Phone's lighting up. It's the FBI talking to me again. Oh man, that coffee. It hits different when you haven't had any in like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. So, what up, Turbo? I am not a guest for the inaugural debut. I am disappointed. Why are you not a guest? How are you not a guest? What do you mean? What do you mean? Explain yourself. I don't know. The connection issues though are really frustrating. It's gonna be like the struggle. I hope to get all that worked out. I don't really know what to do. I don't know if anybody, especially my other streaming friends out there, if you guys are watching, you guys have those same issues or anything that I maybe need to be doing better. I'm always open to I'm always open to suggestions. English is difficult sometimes. Always open, I've got to try to figure out what the hell, because that's unacceptable, as Lemon Grab would say. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking scream my voice off there. Sorry for all the cup sounds. Cup sounds? Yeah, cup sounds. So here we are. We've been on here for about an hour and 23 minutes. It's a Friday afternoon. It's 4:25 p.m. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. This is Hesher Zero. If you're just tuning in, live streaming here for the inaugural Fireside Chat, talking about all sorts of topics. We're talking about gaming. We're talking about entertainment. We're talking about music. We're talking about life. And I welcome you to the community here. Check out all the socials if you haven't already. Instagram, Twitter, here the Facebook page. Here, no, I'm on my personal page, but I got them other Facebooks there. You should check it out. And man, join us. Say hello and chat. I know that the internet is garbage, and I'm sorry for the frame issues. I'm sure, like I said, as soon as I log off, it'll be just like, hey, you got internet again. Cool. But I don't know. It's the inaugural one. There's always going to be bugs. There's always going to be problems. And Murphy's Law is always out there. Always, doing something. Always in effect in some way, shape, or form. Can't speak. So, yeah. I think, in future streams, you know, I think I will try to have some set topics, you know, we'll touch on here and there, but mainly like just trying to get the oh snap, I got food. Somebody ordered food. It's here. I'll get it later, apparently. That's fine. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? I don't even know what I was talking about. Chili's to go. Hi, welcome to Chili's. What if that's what I came on stream here for? What if it's like, oh shit, Chris is streaming, and it's just me like in my boxers in front of a mirror. I'm like, welcome to Chili's. What if that was it? Honestly, maybe that's what I'll do next time. Man, cake sitting. Anybody heard of that? That's where the money's at. You just gotta have like your butt hanging out a little bit and just like sit on cake. Check out my OnlyFans for cake sitting. I gotta get on that. I'm gonna try to. I'm trying to... Boy, who'd want to see that? Over there. I'll sit on a cake for you. All right, sorry, this is getting a little personal. Ew. 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 Michael asks, ever play 7 Days to Die? I have not. Let me Google that shit, because I don't even know if I've... 7 Days to Die. Whoop. Oh man, what am I doing? Oh, hello. It's my first time. I've never done this before, apparently. Why is that not working? Oh, I know. Hang on. Let's figure that out. Sorry, everybody. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry. Oh. Hello. What the hell? It's me. I'm still here, I promise. Window capture. Hello. Oh, no. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna have to... Wow, God. I'm struggle bussing over here. Just like clicking back and forth between things. Well, here, like, look, all right, I got my in-game stuff here. Got the BRB. Check that out. That's what's up. The intermission screen, which I don't have anything here. Wait, you know what? Let me see if that actually works. Jesus. Oh, no. The web capture here. I don't know what's going on with this, why it's not recognizing the tab here. I don't know. No, oh, maybe. There we go. Man, OBS was struggling with that. Struggle bussing with that. All right. You try to get this a little bit bigger to actually be able to look at. There we go. All right. Struggle. Apologies. All right, let's check it out. Let's see. Who wants to go to their website, right? GamePedia. Let's go to their wiki. All right. 7 Days to Die. The official 7 days. Apparently, what? The Fun Pimps? Is that what this? Did they create this game? The Fun Pimps Entertainment, as opposed to what? Like the Not Fun Pimps? Gator don't play. All right. See, once again, like the zombie survival, man, like that, it always looks really fun. It always looks like a lot of, you know, cool shoot 'em up type stuff. Let's just see. Let's see. Check this out. Is this shit gonna be like super loud? This isn't me. Shut up. I don't want to hear your stupid voice. Sorry, I'm so angry at these people. Wow, that looks like garbage. Not the game, like the bit rate there or something was really bad. Okay, well that's cool. No, that looks awesome. I dig survival games. Like that's a big thing, you know, especially like the zombie survival stuff. Like it looks like a lot of fun. So I don't know, like I said, I'm really open to all these new game suggestions and everything, because I feel like there was a period of time, excuse me, burping in the mic. It's just like an ASMR channel. Breathe and make mouth noises. Anyway, I feel like there's a period of time in my life, a period of time that I was like really disconnected from the gaming community. You know, like growing up, like that was my jam. Like I was always playing, you know, the latest games essentially. You know, all the way. I would probably say, you know, all the way through like the PS2 era, especially. Like always had new stuff, always had new games, and quite frankly, I think it was just when I started playing music that I sort of fell off of that. And the like the years following, I guess probably I would say, geez, man, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years that I was just not playing games. And then like I bought an Xbox 360 in 2010 and picked up a handful of games there and started playing again. You know, I had Skyrim and Madden games and NBA 2K games and stuff like that, and a handful of other ones as well, and you know, Call of Duty, things like that, and played all those and was into it, and then got a girlfriend and then stopped playing video games. Like basically, and then just played music from that, like really like focusing. That's when Zerathia started, and I was really, you know, focused on that, so I really didn't play a whole lot. And then I didn't have like an up-to-date console, and I didn't have a PC, so I couldn't play on PC, and you know, whatever. So I fell behind. I fell really behind on games, and only in the last, I'd say, 3 years or so that I've really like caught up on the gaming scene, so to speak. And I'm still catching up, quite frankly. And especially with a new console out, like, you know, I feel like I'm gonna be behind again, but that's okay because I'm also on a personal computer, so PC I can at least do there. Thanks Steam and Epic Games and GOG and all those other places I can download games. Man, what a lifesaver. All right, looking back at the chat here, Brandy, yes, Dead by Daylight. Yes, I think we played Dead by Daylight, what, like once together, twice? Yeah, yeah, like I don't know. I'll play again. Like, I mean, it was fun. I was just struggling. Baby Dwight. I was struggling a little bit with it. It was fun, but like at the time it wasn't like really piquing my interest, but it definitely was enjoyable. And I think with the right people, aka I mean like, you know, girlfriend and other people like you, the viewer, you know, like tuning in and joining up and playing together and doing all that. Anyway, Turbo, you say I am not a guest, so now I'm enraged. It's getting worse as time passes. I know, David. So that's the one thing. Turbo, looking at you, all these screens and camera and everything. I don't know what kind of games you're into, man. Tell us. I am definitely open to all sorts of suggestions. Yeah, you know, at this rate, like, you know, with these FPS and survival games and base building and resource gathering and all that stuff, you know, I've been even open to like doing like ridiculous ones, you know, like I've got Fall Guys, you know, like Fall Guys and Among Us and stuff like that. Like, I'm all about getting together a party of people and playing Among Us. I think that'd be a blast. I've done it before. It's been a lot of fun. I think that's, you know, that's a big thing about like the Discord channel. But the Discord channel is getting people in there, you know, and then we can kind of wow, I can't think of words, talk and plan when we could all play together, you know, and we could live stream it and be a part of that whole thing. I think it'd be a blast. You know, same thing like Fall Guys and all that, and that's the other thing too, is like I want to get into more multiplayer games, things like that. That's why, hey, oh, there it goes. The Federation, it's the Discord channel, links in the description and in the chat somewhere. I posted it again. I'll post it again. All generation today. Art. There. It's in chat now. And so yeah, man, like building that community, like I said, is really important, and that way we can game together, man. You know, this isn't just like a, hey, look at me, this is my show kind of thing. Like, I love bringing people in and doing collabs and having fun together as a family. But you know, that's another opportunity, like I mentioned, is having people come in and also, especially other creators, you know, my friends out there, you guys who are live streaming, hustling, getting it put together, getting it out there, doing the deed, whatever you want to say, you know, sharing your links in there and promoting yourself, quite frankly, too. You know, I know with my experience playing music, part of what is translated over with that is, I know, like, the people who are familiar with, you know, that scene knows that there's a lot of kind of cutthroat kind of things, and there's a lot of, you know, you're basically, you know, every man for themselves or every band for themselves kind of thing. But truly everyone benefits when you work together and you celebrate each other's music and accomplishments and lift each other up. You know, the whole high tide raises all ships kind of thing. I definitely think like it's the same kind of concept with, you know, streaming, for example. The creators out there, you know, you want to promote your friends, and that's what I'm all about, man. Like, I not only am wanting to create this community for the people who aren't creators and everything, obviously, first and foremost, in terms of just like the general viewer or whatever you say, but also, man, if you like, you're doing streaming or you're making videos out there, or quite frankly, I mean, even music and whatnot, like, if that's something that you're passionate in and you're out there hustling, you're getting it done, you're putting yourself out there, like, I'm all about supporting that, and I want other people to discover that, you know, because I want others to succeed. I mean, obviously I want to succeed, you know, I'm trying really hard. But yeah, man, like, let's work together. Like I said, build this community, build this family, this team, whatever you want to say, this nation, the Federation. And, you know, let's collaborate, let's get together, let's play games, let's have fun, let's have discussions, you know, let's relax. There's no you know, there's enough craziness in the world. Let's have a little distraction, let's have a little fun. Turbo, yes, let's link up in the Discord and go nuts for donuts or gaming. Honestly, let's do both. This is what we'll do. Man, all right, check this out. I just had this pop in my head. You wake up early enough, donuts and gaming. Buy a box of donuts, tune in, or, you know, join up on a live stream. We eat donuts, we play games. No? We'll call it, I don't know, diabetes stream and Donkey Kong. Diabetes and Donkey Kong. I don't know, whatever. We could, whatever game you want to throw out there. Diabetes and Diablo. Or Dead by Daylight. Or whatever. It doesn't have to have any alliteration. It could be whatever game you want. Can I suggest less clothing while you are live? I mean, look at this. You know how much work I had to put into this? I do have another shirt, though. And, you know, I've got my OD green shirt on and everything. I've got a couple of wardrobe changes, you know, planned for future content. You know, it's not quite OnlyFans level, but you know how it goes. It is, no, it actually is OnlyFans level. Everyone's gonna see my butt. That's it. That's the whole thing. This was all a ploy to show my ass on the internet, not only metaphorically, but actually as well. I've heard it's cute. I'm just gonna say, while it's not the best, it has positive reviews. If my ass had a Yelp page, it would be like a 3. You know, like, it's one of those things where you're like, you know, it's not the best ass, but it's not the worst. It's not you know, Not like a 1 star. It's definitely not a 5. Everybody's like, all right, well, that's it. I'm tuning out. Like, goodbye. Like, yeah. All right. So Turbo, yes. He's gonna take us all out for sure. Hello to my mother out there watching, playing an Atari, Missile Command, Legend of Zelda. So one of my favorite memories as a child was, it was the original. It was NES. And I had the original Legend of Zelda. And God, how old was I? I don't even know. That was mid-90s. And having to tell my mom on the console she bought for me, well, I don't know. Was that mine? I don't know. That, like, I'm tired. Can you please stop playing video games so I can go to bed? Like, and just now looking back, I mean, it makes sense as an adult. Like, I mean, it's the same. I have the same problem, unfortunately. I mean, I'm not keeping kids up in like their own bedroom playing the game, fortunately, but it is one of those things. Like, I'm like, oh crap, it's 8 o'clock. I gotta put this kid to bed. Dyson, you're watching out there. But yeah, like, you know, I'm like, oh crap, I got adult things I have to do. Damn it. So the hopefully the connection is staying strong enough. I'm looking here. It's okay. It's okay, I guess. It's all right. Just like looking here, like, oh yeah, sorry, I'm still live, like watching myself. That's nice. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, we're gonna be doing these streams every week, and you know, mixing it up with gameplay footage and these just chatting kind of streams. And you know, I look forward to what comes about from them. It'll be really fun, and you know, building, like I said, the community, building the ideas, and kind of piggybacking off of the stuff, you know, that comes up every week, and you know, different series that we want to create and whatnot. And yeah, like I definitely have a number of games here that I could stream or do a series on. And excuse me, oh god, I'm burping, oh Jesus. And you know, so it really is just kind of, I don't know, whatever anybody wants to see. I like, you know, the possibilities are endless. But yeah, man, if you guys haven't already, make sure you go check out all the social media platforms that I'm at, all of which are at Hesher0, all one word, Hesher0. I'm on Twitch. Like I said, I'll be streaming. Hopefully, I'm gonna say, you know, I say hopefully, things may change. Twice a week there, twice a week on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, hopefully releasing 1 to 2 videos a week on YouTube. Instagram, I try to post daily. You know, try to keep that meme game strong, try to keep that shit posting strong. On the Twitters, posting fun news and goings on in the gaming world, as well as the meme game going on there. And in the Discord channel, the Federation, links all in the description, man. Make sure to check it out. Join the Discord. We can all get together, play some games together, and meet up in the virtual world that is the World Wide Web, and have fun. And yeah, like I said, the Twitch stuff, the Facebook stuff, you know, I'm streaming here on my personal page. I'm getting you know, want to build up this following a little bit here and bring you guys over to the page, the Hesher0 Facebook page, rather than my personal page. But this one here is, you know, just, you know, for funsies, man. Like, we're gonna build it up. I totally lost my train of thought because I just, like, the hunger hit me, you know, when you feel your stomach all of a sudden just like, I'm like, yes, I will. So I can't survive on coffee, apparently. Oh, Randy, yes, you bring up a good point. Don't starve. That would be excellent. I think that would be hilarious, and I'm all about that. That's great streamable content, or a series, you know, to do on in a series. and whatever, either platform. Man, you know, so just going off of some of the stuff I have downloaded right now. So I've got a game called Crusader Kings 2, which is not like the most exciting game in the world, but it might be kind of fun to go into a little bit. I've got Among Us, which will be fun as a community game, like playing together. You know, bringing everybody in the Discord and planning out when we want to play. Those are good, like, Friday night games. Maybe we'll do, hell, maybe we'll do something tonight. I don't know. Or, you know, we got Fall Guys. I've got State of Decay 2, the Juggernaut Edition. You know, that'll be fun to do. I've got RimWorld, man. That I'm really looking forward to getting a new game started there, and either streaming that or doing a series on that, because that's a ton of fun. I've got another little casual game, Polybridge. I know there's a Polybridge 2 out. It's probably even more fun, but you know, even if we're just doing like these kind of casual game streams or something, that might be kind of fun, just to relax, chat, you know, shoot the shit there and do that. I've got Civilization 6 downloaded right now. I love those games. I've been playing since Civ 2 in the man, I remember, what was that, like 4th grade, 5th grade, going into my peak class and jumping on as soon as you got like free time, like the computer time. I was like, this is my computer, don't touch it. I'm playing Civ 2 or I will fight you to the death. 3 kids died in that class, so like RIP to them. God. Like, oh man, that got really dark. No man, like civilization games are real fun. I love those, turn-based strategy. It's awesome. Minecraft, of course. I definitely am probably going to live stream some Minecraft at some point in time. I know that's not everybody's jam, and I know that I'm just a giant child for playing it, but you know what? I am, so that's fine. I've got a game called Democracy 3, which I know there's a Democracy 4 that just came out recently, but whatever. That's a lot of fun. That is, you know, it's like a simulation game where you're running the country or a certain country, whatever. It's a blast. I'm totally into those kind of games. Once again, it's not the most like exciting visually game, but I think it's fun in terms of like interaction. Like we can kind of like create policy together. Another one here, Jurassic World Evolution. You know, it's like a park building game. My hair is just like all over the place over here. Oh no. Anyway, you know, park building game. I mean, you're building a like Jurassic World, you know, like Jurassic Park game. So that's a lot of fun. Oh yes, a totally reliable delivery service. Once yeah, I'm definitely down for that. Just those are the type of games that you just get like into those like giggle fits where you just like cry laughing because how stupid it is. Like just the ridiculousness that comes from those types of games. That's what I really enjoy. So like getting, you know, together and playing those types of games, like it's always a blast. Man, like, all right, I'm gonna pull up my let's just pull up my Steam wish list. What do I have? And I've got like a million things saved in different places. So I've got a number of other games. Let's just go down the line. Total War 3 Kingdoms, that's on my wish list here. We Happy Few, which visually looked stunning and a lot of fun, and it's like it always goes on sale. And here, let me try to, nope, hello. I don't know how to do this without it being really stupid. I don't understand how the world works, apparently. Oh. Anyway, I'm trying to get that pulled up. Hang on, just a minute. Let's see. Web capture. Anyway, that. Where are you? Excuse me while I'm just dancing around here. Like for whatever reason, there we go. Man, struggle bus. That's still not right. I don't know, man. There's like a lot of weird. Streamlabs is acting real funky. Like sometimes it works fine. It just works, you know. Just whatever. No problems. See, watch. Let's see. If I go to that, yeah. Look at that. What's that garbage? Weird. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. You know, there's a lot of bugs still to be worked out. And what if I wait a minute? Wait just a hot second. All right. Just gonna have to log in here. It's just the worst. And apparently I don't know what my own password to my account. What in the actual heck? I don't know. Whatever. All right, I give up. Never mind. This is all we're gonna get. You're just gonna get me here. Oh no, it's me. Hello, it's me again. Hi. You know, honestly, it would not be a live stream. It would not be one of my live streams without me just struggle bussing through the whole thing. I should just have all the stuff set up ahead of time and I can just go in between them. But it's a learning experience. You know, we're doing it together as a family. As a family. As a family. And that food smells really good. And got chicken. Oh man. So I don't know if anybody's had like the Chili's chicken and waffles, but it's like, it's decadent. It's so good. Like, I know everybody's like, Chili's, like, I don't know, whatever. But I just got that on a whim one time, and I was like, this is really good. I'll get this again sometime. Yeah, man, that's another topic. Food. You could go on for days talking about all sorts of delicious food options. Man, yeah, you know, we've got the Discord open here. Man, appreciate everybody that's joined up, checking out all the socials. Next itchy. So we are, wow, let's see, man, we're already an hour 52 into the live stream. Once again, man, I apologize for all the connection issues. It's struggling. Our internet sucks here in this house, behind enemy lines, here in the bunker. We're in the bunker right here. So yeah, man, I appreciate anybody, you know, everybody that stuck around and chatted through the pain. But I think we're gonna go for just a little bit longer here, go to about 5 o'clock, and we'll wrap it up. So yeah, in the meantime, you know, like I said, check out all the social media. Head over to the Hesher Zero Facebook page and, you know, give it a like, give it a share, give it a comment, whatever you feel. And you know, eventually we'll sort of be migrating over that direction, and we'll be you know, doing these live streams over there on that platform eventually. Not right now. We're gonna be doing a few here. We're gonna be doing them on Twitch as well, if that's your preferred platform. Check it out over there. Like I said, on Instagram at Hesher0, posting all those memes. You know how it goes. And, you know, Facebook, like I said, YouTube. Got a new Minecraft video launching on Monday at 9 a.m. I've decided that's when I'm uploading it. Just now. I just finished it today. It's going live Monday, 9 a.m. Hesher's Journey, episode 8. It's a little bit of a shorter one, but that's fine. It's catching everybody up to what's been going on. And we'll be working on a new one, you know, for next week. Or maybe the end of the week. Whatever, however that works out that way. And yeah, the Discord, like I said, hop over there, the Federation, and let's get some games planned. And like I said, as well as Twitter, man, that's where I do a lot of my the main portion of kind of like general tweets and things about not only just like the memes that I do and the live stream links and whatnot, but, you know, posting over there about the goings on in the gaming, streaming, entertainment community and all that. But yeah, I mean, it's Friday. Hope everybody's had a fantastic day, because I know I have. This has been a lot of fun despite the crazy internet issues that we've been having. So apologies for that again, man. It's a struggle. It's always a struggle bussing 24/7. And you know, we're gonna be, like I said, doing these every week. I'm looking forward to it because it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna be doing more gaming content. I may just stick to the just chatting until we get a little bit of a you know, a structure put together or something. I don't know. It's still kind of up in the air, and I'm open to suggestions. So anybody has any games they want to suggest or topics they want to suggest or whatever, you know, comment here, hop into the Discord channel, and let's talk about it. We'll put something together. We'll get these collaborations put together, and you know, I look forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But now I need to eat food. I'm hungry. Haven't eaten really since like 9 a.m. I think. Dang, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Live streaming on the Facebooks, on the interwebs. So I think that today, right now, this moment, in this exact moment in time, we're gonna wrap it up. I appreciate everybody tuning in today. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna be doing this again soon. Hopefully, you know, get some more content out on YouTube and on the other socials. We'll be doing another just chat kind of thing here on Facebook and on Twitch. Probably in the future. Probably may stick to these on Facebook for now. And had something else I was gonna say. I totally lost my track of thought. Wow. Hello. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna be doing these a couple times a week. Gonna be doing these fireside chats. And appreciate everybody tuning in. Once again, sorry for the internet issues, but thank you again. Check out the socials. I appreciate you all. In the meantime, take it easy.